Congratulations, David.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God. And as I'm watching this, I felt like, oh my God, this is the kind of movie I grew up with.
Totally,
When
yeah.
a script like this comes along, you don't just say, pass. I mean, what was your initial reaction to this?
Look, from the very beginning of the process, which was I had a very personal experience, and I had wrote it as a short story originally, and then I brought the first writer on, and eventually I brought it to Susan and Robert Downey and said, "Look, would you guys make this movie with me?" The response that she had when she first read it, she had read it first. She called me like a week later, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love these kinds of movies. No one's making them anymore. I would love to do this." And it was that, we all remember Rain Man and Terms of Endearment, and they're movies about people, and a lot of that stuff's ended up on television now. But it's great to be able to make something that's entertaining and fun, and also really deep and thoughtful.
Yeah, and then, you must have been pinching yourself when you got the cast that you got, because there's not a weak link in this whole bunch. And
Thank you.
to watch
Thank you.
Robert Downey and Robert Duvall say these words and act this out, I mean, as a director, writer, I don't know how you sat back and just didn't lose yourself.
You do. You do. I mean, hopefully, that's you sit behind the monitor sometimes, and I would cross cameras sometimes for some of their big scenes so that they could just freely perform. And so you're watching both shots on the monitor at the same time, and you're seeing the two close-ups, and you're like, "Oh my God, this is crazy!" Like it was really amazing how exciting it was, even just on set.
And because it was such a dysfunctional family, I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't have a dysfunctional
Yeah,
family, right?
we all do. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
real life.
I think that's.
But I understand that you were able to give them like a rehearsal period so that they, could. Was that a positive thing? Because you have this family that, you wanted the dysfunction, right?
It was really positive, but you have to really. People still have to be behaving real. I mean, one of the things about the movie that we're all very proud of is the performances are outstanding, and they feel like a real family. I mean, there is an absurdity to any kind of storytelling, any kind of movies where you're like, okay, Robert Duvall is Robert Downey Jr.'s father. There's like a moment where you're like, is that going to make sense? But, rehearsals are not something that Hollywood movies do a lot anymore for many reasons. Some of them are good reasons, but Robert and Robert said yes. And I take 3 weeks before every one of my movies, even the comedies, and I rehearse it like it's a real play. It's in a theater style. And they came to the rehearsals, and everybody really put in, and a magic started to happen between all the characters, where even when we improvised, they would all behave exactly the way that their characters did, and at that point we knew that something good was going to happen.
That's brilliant. It was so
Yeah.
amazing to watch it.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to this and to the script, but one thing, of course, that stands out is seeking the approval, or always wanting the approval
Yeah.
of our families, of our parents, especially even when we're 50 or whatever. We're always, why is that?
I think that we all, I think part of growing up is learning to live with the things that you do wrong, your mistakes and your own flaws, and your parents aren't accepting of those things in us for good reason. It's part of what makes us grow. But later on, you get older and you realize, like, you're still looking for that acceptance. I also think, like, look, we came from a very different generation. Things have changed the way kids are even parented today. The truth is, I would love to have been parented the way my kids get parented. It's really easy compared to some of the stuff that happened to me. But I think that we all want forgiveness. We all want our families to come back together and feel like the picture when we're all smiling. And the truth is that you walk in the door and 15 minutes later, you're already like, I am pushing my buttons. I was so happy to come back for Thanksgiving, and now I want to kill you. When do I leave?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Congratulations on this and all the success. And I
Thank
just,
you.
telling you, get your tux ready. We'll be seeing you at all the awards for
You're
sure.
very
You
sweet.
just did a wonderful
You're
job
very
with this.
sweet. Thank
you
you.
for the